away from the ocean. So what brought you over here? You leave the family, you leave everybody, and then you come over here. What
Well,
brought you over here?
important messages. We're talking about the environment and how to make our world a better place. And that's an opportunity to get more people involved in helping our environment and helping them understand that Rotary is doing a lot to help our environment.
Well, you are from a place that really any changes in the environment, it will affect you directly,
Yes.
head on. So you want to mention that?
I've seen it for myself. I live on a little island, 21 miles long, and when I drive by the coastline over my entire life, I've seen the water levels at a higher position. Boulders that used to be protecting our beaches are now underwater. You can see the rise. You can see the more powerful hurricanes because of the heat of the waters, and that creates the higher. We had a Cat 5 a couple of years back, which actually would have been a Cat 6, but they don't have those categories.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that's how strong they are.
So it happens in the past, before. What is significant now? Why they say it's happening more often? So why you think?
Again, it's because the climate is changing. It's the water is getting warmer, the water is rising. And when you have storms and you have a hotter water situation, the storms tend to get stronger. So where we have the hottest waters we've ever had
Okay.
in my part of the world, we're going to have stronger storms. And the last hurricane, we had a 21-foot surge from
Wow.
that hurricane. That covers our islands.
So yes, it happens. So what's the effect, the domino effect down the road? So does it affect the economy, peace, communication? How does it correlate, especially to peace?
Truly everything. If your climate is in array because you've had a disaster, whether it's a hurricane in my place or an earthquake somewhere else, then it's hard to find that positive peace in your community. Certainly impacts the economy of whatever community it hits. In Abaco, one of the main islands hit back in 2019, still isn't back to where it was all those years ago because it destroyed a lot of the business, and some of them are still trying to get their feet on the ground.
Well, have it affected migration of people? So they leave where they were born, they moved into somewhere else, which really makes it harder for them. What's the percentage on the island that people move away from the shoreline?
I don't have an exact percentage, but certainly the younger people tend to move to other islands.
Okay.
So where the older people lost their business, they don't want to start life over again. The younger people aren't coming, so business doesn't get started again.
See.
So suddenly, what it was the main city for a group of islands isn't. It isn't there. They have the basics, but that's it.
So the economical situation affects the peace that people live in.
No question about it.
Well, today you're here at EarthX. What it means to you?
I think it's really important to know that an organization like EarthX is spending so much time and effort and money to make people aware of all the problems we have with our climate around the world. And that awareness is the first step. We we got to stop folks denying climate change because I've seen it. Many of us have seen it for ourselves. EarthX is doing something about that, and I want to be a part of that.
Well, you throughout your years and you were president, you were so passionate about the youth and the Rotary. Why do you think it's so important? Although some of them they're not capable financially and stuff, but why do you think it's so important for us?
We do amazing work with Rotary, but we need to bring in the younger generations to get our passion about doing good in the world. And they have a passion for it. And we've got to find out how Rotary should adjust to making them want to make the change in the world through Rotary and through our eyes. We need that young, dynamic, different way of thinking, passion to help us to take us to another level.
You know, yes, it's been a great journey on Rotary. Do you think this journey will last if it wasn't for our youth? last longer. Yeah, we've been what? Well, we've been in business for 121 years.
20 years, yes.
So what do you think Rotary will? How many years it will be?
Well, it's scary to think like that. That's why we need the youth to join us.
Okay.
In some countries, the average age of Rotarians is 70 years old. And, are we going to survive with that? We've got to bring the youth in so that we can regenerate and keep doing the good things we did.
Well, today I stopped at your table, and you got some surprise for us.
I did, yes.
So so you want to talk to us about
Yes, my dad was the first surgeon in our country,
okay.
and he did a lot of amazing work for the country. So I wanted to tell his story so that, especially people at home, could appreciate what his contribution to healthcare in the Bahamas. But then, of course, I had to tie in Rotary to my life because a lot of who I am is because Rotary helped me to get to where I am today. So it's really important that I tell that story.
So now you have a bunch of books over here in a box. I don't think that's enough to get the message out. So what else are you selling your book?
What else am I selling?
What else? I mean, do you
Oh,
have it on Amazon?
it's on Amazon. It's on
Okay.
worldcaribbeanbooks.com. They've
World
just World
World Caribbean
Caribbean
Books.
Books.
And you will have a book to know where that passion came from. Came from his parents. You know, his wife is a model for support. I mean, I've seen you with your wife and your family. Your whole family was
Yes,
with you one
yes,
time.
they did.
So
They came to the convention.
yeah, to the convention, your whole family. So that's the essence of Rotary is family plus Rotary
No
makes it
question.
makes it makes it so
Yes,
so
you
good.
could do
So
so much better when everybody's involved in doing it. Yes.
so what's your advice for our Rotarians and young generation for about environment and also about your book? Why it's important?
I really want every Rotary Club and Rotaract Club to look at themselves and ask themselves if they're relevant to today's world. And certainly, if you're not doing anything for the environment, it's questionable whether you are relevant because all of us need to be doing something. But if we want to keep Rotary as strong, the best humanitarian organization in the world, we need our younger members to really chime in, help us with the environment, help us as clubs to go in the direction we need to encourage more people to join us.
Well, I want to thank you again. I want to thank you for being who you are. Your passion is always flows. Whatever is in your heart is on your lips. But I want to thank you for the encouragement that you give to the Rotarian because with the little encouragement and the little thanks and acknowledgement for the Rotarians, it just goes a long way for us, as Rotarians, as the youth. So thank you again for
Appreciate
being
it.
our president and for being here. It's always good to see
Thank
you.
you so much, Shab, and
Thank you.
thanks for all that you do to make
Thank
our
you.
world a better
Thank you
place.
very much.
Thank you.
The book. Don't forget the book. All right. And here we go. Let me see.